guys, it's another episode of What's on Linda's Bookshelf. Today I'm going to talk about books that are on my to-be-read shelf. So these are books that I have not read yet, but that I'm planning to get to as soon as I can. So the first one that's on my list here is Summerland by Hannah Yemi. Now if you don't know the history of the term, it is a spiritualist or theosophy term where it was the highest sphere, the pinnacle of human spiritual achievement. They're ready to go in the afterlife, or it could also be the astral plane that your soul goes to in between incarnations or reincarnations. So let's read the plot of the book. It's very interesting. Loss is a thing of the past. Murder is obsolete. Death is just the beginning. In 1938, death is no longer feared but exploited. Since the discovery of the afterlife, the British Empire has extended its reach into Summerland, a metropolis for the recently deceased. Yet Britain isn't the only contender of power in this life and the next. The Soviets also have spies in Summerland and technology to build their own god. It centers around an SIS agent, Rachel White, who gets a lead on Soviet moles. Blowing the whistle puts her hard-earned career at risk, and the spy has friends in high places, and she will have to go rogue to bring him in. But how do you catch a spy that is already dead? So, I love his other work, and most notably The Quantum Thief, which I have mentioned before. One of my favorite science fiction books of all time now. I've also read his collection of short fiction, and he's a really great writer, so I would check him out. That's probably top on my list right now. Next one is Melmo by Sarah Perry. Now this one is historical fiction. It has a lot of horror and gothic themes going on in it. I'll read a little bit of the description. For centuries, a mysterious dark-robed figure has roamed the globe, searching for those whose complicity and cowardice have fed into the rapids of history's darkest waters. And now, in Sarah Perry's breathtaking follow-up to The Essex Serpent, her other book, it's heading in our direction. So it's about this Helen Frank who has left England, and in Prague she's working as a translator and has found a home of sorts that changes when her friend Carol discovers a mysterious letter in the library, a strange confession, and a curious warning that speaks of Melmo the Witness. That's the title of the book. A dark legend found in obscure fairy tales and antique village lore. I heard this one was really well written, and I love things with great prose and everything, so I'm going to check that one out. I also love gothic horrors. The last one on my list for today is young adult book. So first, it's called The Wilder Girls by Rory Power. Here's the cover. I bought this one a long time ago, and I didn't anticipate it to be a little bit relevant. So here's a little bit of the description. It's been 18 months since Raxter School for Girls was put under quarantine, since the talks hit and pulled Hetty's life out from under her. It started slow. First the teachers died one by one. Then it began to infect the students, turning their bodies strange and foreign. And now, cut off from the rest of the world and left to fend for themselves on their island home, the girls don't dare wander outside the school's fence, where the tox has made the woods wild and dangerous. They wait for the cure they were promised as the tox seeps into everything. So it's strangely relevant to the times. It had some great reviews, especially by some authors I recognize in the back. James Vandermeer, he wrote Annihilation and the Bourne series, which I really enjoy. Claire Legrand, who wrote Furyborn, which is another young adult fantasy that I really love and recommend there. So those are my top 3 right now. I also have another one that's not fiction, but I'll pop it in. Medieval Bodies by Jack Hartnell, and it's all about bodies in the Middle Ages, how they believed they worked, how they treated them after they died. It's got some really great illustrations. I love all history of all kinds, morbid and not. So those are the books on my list I'm hoping to get to. Tell me what's on your reading list, and don't forget to like and subscribe. Or I sound like a real YouTuber now.